Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as it is time for the Southern Derby. You are watching the eISL brought to you by Coca-Cola. Before we have the event started off, a huge shout out to our sponsors, starting off with Hero, being our associate sponsor, our esports partners, Notwin Gaming, our platform partners, PlayStation, and our digital collectibles partners, Terra Virtua, for making this event happen. Joining along with me is going to be Azim, and a lot on the line today.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got my chai ready. It's a lovely tea time special. Of course, it is the Southern Derby, the land of filter coffee, shall we say.
Yeah.
It is, of course, the Kerala Blasters up against Bengaluru FC in the league stage, which culminates on the 13th of March. 3 games per match, of course, 2 1v1s and a co-op. These two are, of course, fighting to be in the finals. The top 4 only qualify, will be played 19th and 21st. And, of course, 2 team members who win will go up against each other to fight it out to represent India at FGS 2022.
Ooh la la! That is what we are talking about, right? That's the big money, and also on the line a chance, the golden ticket, like you've been mentioning. But yeah, we are talking about money. Let's take a look at it. 78 lakh worth prize pool is on the line. The first position receiving 15 lakh rupees, so on, reducing. The MVP gets a separate 4 lakhs and a personalized NFT of the player by the boys from Terra Virtua. So that's of course there. But more than that, Kerala Blasters FC, they have been out of action for quite some time. Bengaluru FC, they are in hot form, and it's going to be so difficult, because especially for Kerala Blasters FC, because both these teams, like we said, are contesting for the top 4. Kerala Blasters FC, as you can see, not in the best of positions, but they definitely have a few matches to play. Now, they've got to make everything count, right? They cannot really afford to lose even a single game.
Yeah, absolutely. Kerala Blasters, every match from here on is an absolute must win. It's a cup final pretty much. And they're capable of it. They've got Lokmanu in there, one of the most experienced players in the Asian subcontinent. You could say he's represented India in so many different tournaments. Akshat has come leaps and bounds as well. He's growing in confidence. And you're right, they haven't played it's been a couple of weeks now since we've seen Kerala Blasters FC in action. And they will be taking the fight to Bengaluru FC, who, of course, if they get a win, can leapfrog FC Goa and jump up into 5th place, and potentially as well leapfrog Northeast United FC and jump up into 4th. So it's a big motivation for both teams. Kerala Blasters FC keeping their dreams of that top 4 alive. And a similar story in many ways for Bengaluru FC as well.
Oh yeah, and considering the form that they've been gaining lately, especially Varsi and Saknik. Saknik has been lately scoring goals for fun, right? He's a very laid-back guy, comes in and like, all right, I'm feeling myself, I'm going to score 5-6 goals, and he does that. And Varsi, again, has shown tremendous improvement. But let's take a look at the matchups for the evening. All right, we do have Varsi going up against Akshat, and Shaknik against Lokmanu, pretty much as what we really speculated. Now Akshat, he's made those tremendous improvements, but again, playing not growing for almost around a month. I'm sure must have gotten a little bit rusty. I hope he's been practicing his games, because this one is going to be so difficult for both Akshat and Lokmanu, especially Varsi and Shaknik. That V2 version of Bengaluru FC, the second half, is what they have been talking about. The comeback story that we've seen from their side. They did take quite a dip, but ever since 2022, they've been looking so fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. Bengaluru FC really finding their form after the turn of the year, and they needed to, because again, they started off very strong and then suddenly had a big dip in the middle. And then came up again. And if we look at the previous matchup, of course, Kerala Blasters FC lost both their individual matches to Varsi and Sagnik respectively. It was the same lineup of matches we saw the last time, and of course then Kerala Blasters FC getting the win in co-op. So definitely a little bit of revenge to be got as well for the boys in yellow. They need to make it count today, and it's all on the line for them. I mean, they're sitting there, lowly 8th position, 15 points. And for them to start crawling up that table, it needs to start today, and it needs to not end until the league stages. And you can see very closely matched in a sense, Varsi and Akshat in terms of their skill levels and their FIFA scores, 1980s and 1850s. And some good laughter and banter across the table. Well, let's see if everyone's still smiling by the end of it.
Oh yeah, they're all just happy, smiling, and everything is all right. But within the next couple of minutes, they're gonna be arch nemesis going up against each other. They understand the value of this matchup. But as we take a look at few of the statistics out there, I think pretty much evenly contested. Both these players, Warsi, you can say maybe has a slight advantage, but that comes down to nothing because Akshat, he's been showing eons of improvement within how he has progressed and evolved himself as a competitive player. But because before than this, Warsi is sort of a seasoned veteran, right? He's been in the community for quite some while, and Akshat is a relatively new face. And that being said, we finally game on, ladies and gentlemen. Kerala Blasters FC in their black kit from right to left, where we do have Bengaluru FC in their white from left to right.
Yeah, and of course, big opening over there immediately for Akshat. Didn't quite spot it, and then it's been taken out. And Jude Bellingham, one of the midfielders, of course, one of the new, I believe, future stars cards, which is very highly rated, a very good passing ability over there, and also those long legs help quite a lot in making those interceptions, making those tackles. So a bright start from Akshat early on. And I guess the breaks can work one of two ways. We've seen some players, for instance, Odisha FC say that, we had a long break and it didn't really suit us once we came back. But we've also seen FC Goa where we spoke to Afnan and he said, you know what, maybe we needed that time off to really get our head back in the game. And speaking of getting his head back in the game, Akshat almost able to create the shooting opportunity over there. Yeah. Not quite. And now, Varsi having survived that opening 10 minutes or so of onslaught, he gets to build his first attack now.
Oh yeah, but Azim, to be honest, I really felt there was a little chance where Akshat could have scored that opening goal. But regardless, I think now it's going to be Varsi on the attack. And yeah, apart from Bellingham, not really seeing any major changes. Pele passing on towards Mbappe would be looking for that cutback that Akshat loves to go for, and which has almost every time been his weakness also. But this time he was alert, he was alarmed, he knew what's exactly coming at him, and now he's on his counter attack of his own and a little overwhelmed with that sort of a build up over there, and now he's gonna be punished for it. But regardless, I think the way Bengaluru FC have started off, both these teams just going back at each other a lot. Now, Akshat, he needs to get his own sweet revenge against Varsi, which previously was a very closely contested 3-2 matchup in which Varsi did come out with a win. But now, Varsi looking at taking a shot on goal with Gullit, but still making sure he's got his attack going on.
Yeah, and as this league stage has progressed and as the stakes of the games have got higher and higher, we're seeing a lot of these players not really take on some shots that they would take, for instance, maybe a couple of weeks in. But this time the shot taken and bang, it goes in for Varsi. Akshat having dominated really the opening 20 minutes, could not take his opportunities. And Varsi, the form he's in, he only needs one look and he's going to get that goal. It is CR7 with the goal, and it is 1-0 to Bengaluru FC.
Oh yeah. And this is exactly what I was talking about, right? Varsi being in that stellar form of his, and you've got to watch out for him, right? You can't even let your guards down even for a while, because if you do that, you're gonna get punished. And a man of his caliber, he does not miss eventually. So again, a little bit of experience coming into play. Akshat being relatively new against Varsi, we've seen him in the past, pretty well-known player in the community. It's not going to be easy, but look, Manu does understand that. He's going to give him some words of wisdom over there. And Akshat, well, I must say that, he's just conceded this goal. But even in terms of attacking wise, Akshat has been sound, right? All he's got to do is find that one opening, and especially has got to be a little bit more clinical. And if he can do that, I think Kerala Blasters FC still have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, it's of course about whether he can keep his nerve and not to get frazzled, not let the occasion get to him, because as we mentioned before, every match now for Kerala Blasters FC is a big occasion. They want to be still contesting right to the very end. Nobody really wants to be going into these last four or five games with nothing to play for, and of course, sadly, that is the case now for a few teams like ATKMB and Odisha FC and of course Hyderabad FC. But Kerala Blasters FC, they're the last team that's still in it. And are they still going to be in it at the end of it? Because this is brilliant from Varsi, showing no mercy over there, getting that second goal. And very, very early on, a big problem, a big puzzle for Akshat to solve, because he's just not able to get his attack going.
Oh, this is what we said when you talk about players being a little rusty, right? You do not get a lot of match time, not a lot of games to play, and Akshat, I believe, has taken the brunt of it over here. And Varshi, like I said, he is selling like hot cakes right now in the market. Fan amongst a lot of fans he's built up for himself, and justifying why. Being so calm in that final third, making sure he commits no mistakes, and he's always like that steamroller, right? He finds that opening, and once he does, especially in those first halves, he gets so deadly. Once he starts scoring, he does not seem to stop. But Mbappe and Akshat, well, could have changed things, but no, Watts is still a little alert on his defense.
Yeah, and just something that I noticed immediately after kickoff is that Akshat has changed his formation. He's gone to the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow formation, and well, at 2-0 down, that's exactly what Shayantan from SC East Bengal did in the last game that we watched today. And well, he managed to come back and win it 3-2. So, hoping for some similar intervention, some similar inspiration is Akshat. He really wants to try and get one goal back before that halftime whistle. Let's see if he can. Of course, now a lot of his attacks are going to come centrally, going to overload in the middle, and see if he can get those shots away. Now with Ronaldo getting into the box, gets that turn. Will he go for the shot? Think he had the opportunity, and again it falls to him with Mbappe, and it is in. A stroke of fortune for Akshat. He will take it, no question about it. And 2-1. Suddenly that scoreline just looks a little bit better for him.
Suddenly, that scoreline just looks a little bit similar to that first matchup we had. Benno 7 going up against V Sharma, where V Sharma had a 2-0 lead, and then we saw that spectacular comeback. That is what the Kerala Blaster FC fans would be hoping for right now, because Akshat is definitely making the walk, just before the halftime, scoring one goal. That sort of eases the pressure down a little bit. And, we have seen him promising, right? He has been building up those attacks. All he's going to do is not concede any more goals. And if he plays his own natural game, I'm pretty sure he's going to find a few more openings and might punish Varsi for the save.
Yeah, and I think with the new formation, he will be a little bit more solid in terms of defense as well, because a lot of Varsi's goals came through those midfield channels, and now those are blocked off. And I think he may have chosen the wrong pass over there. This is the right pass though. Goes for it and saved by Van der Sar. Maybe could have gone for a lob finish or a chip over there. Little bit more innovation needed. Of course, it was a little too straightforward. And now Varsi on the counter attack. He'll be looking to be lethal. He has the opportunity to cross, decides not to, will search for the ball to Pele, but Ruben Diaz is there to cut it all out. And now, oh, there was a chance for a counter attack, but the halftime whistle blows. A breathless first half. It is 2-1. And well, Kerala Blasters FC still just about hanging on in there. Statistically, a very close match. And well, Varsi, he's not going to be feeling entirely comfortable, because Akshat does have the potential to turn this around.
Oh, yeah. And, again, if Varsi can score this one, and indeed, all right, that's
Oh
a
no,
replay.
that's the highlights.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a replay. I got a little carried away. And now, getting back into the game. My apologies there, viewers out, and just had a blink of eye in the moment. And yeah, so getting back to this game that we do have in front of us, Varsi, the way he's been playing over there, the halftime almost ending, and now this with the commencement of the second half, Azim, it's going to be interesting as to how Kerala Blasters FC are gonna stage their comeback over here. Yeah, Akshat has been looking really inside the game. He's not been committing a lot of mistakes towards the end of that first half, and let's see. But this time he's led a opening, and Varsi can surely capitalize on that one.
Yeah, but now you see the amount of protection that his midfield is giving him for Akshat. It's not quite as easy for Varsi to pick his way through. It's going to take something special now. He's going to have to try to get some individual magic going over there, do something that Akshat finds completely unexpected. And That's really what is going to take. The defense has gone a little bit deeper for Akshat as well, but a cheap giveaway. And now Mbappe on the counter attack has the pace, but of course there's Rafael Varane there, who's no slouch. Will he go for that shot? Has to go for the cutback, has the opportunity, and it is blocked. Wasted too much time, and you can see the anger, the frustration from Akshat over there. He's really annoyed with himself. I think he just wasted a little bit too much time trying to find that pass, and then the opportunity was gone. And now Varsi is in. This could be a killer blow. Will he take the shot? He does, and it's in at the near post, and that is a bitter pill to swallow for Akshat and Kerala Blasters FC.
A pat on the back, and I think Varsi knows that he has sealed the deal. And this is exactly what Bengaluru FC needed at this point. You know, if you take a look at what he's doing, he's being very calm, very composed, and has, I would not say has played the most flashy FIFA, but a very calm and composed FIFA that has worked out so very well for them. Now, getting back to the game, and now the nerves are definitely tingling because 2 goals lead again. Akshat has got to start from scratch. He's got to make sure he's dominating most of the possession in the second half, and what he's all he's got to do is can also opt for a more defensive oriented play. Now if he does that, I think that might just be enough, but for now, Kerala Blasters FC, let's see what can they make out of it. It's already 60 minutes gone past by. More 30 minutes remaining in game time. Few substitutes being made here. Vinicius Jr. coming in. Eusebio also coming in. So let's see what Kerala Blasters FC have their eyes on, because for right now they're defending with all their might, but it's not just enough.
Ooh, and a very cheap giveaway again there from Akshat. And you can see, I think just after that miss immediately preceding the goal, I think he's just lost his composure a little bit. Needs to just take a breath, compose himself, and get on the ball. Of course, Varsi now is going to take his time and building up as much as he can. He's going to try to frustrate Akshat as much as he can. And it's important for Akshat to just remain calm, to remain focused. And I'm sure that's what Lokmanyu next to him will be telling him. And has the opportunity now. Getting those fullbacks forward in the 4-1-2-1-2 system can be a very lethal combination, but can leave you very exposed at the back as well. You can see only 2 defenders back on the radar, so counter attack could be fatal. It is a finish shot, but clutched there by Van der Sar, and maybe just needed a little bit more power on it, but not quite happening. And for Akshat again, very important to not get too eager to try to win that ball back, because then you can get exposed just like he is over here. Not too many bodies to pick in terms of passing, so Varsi very sensibly just goes back, and now he can look to build. Let's see what he has in his locker over here. Has the ball available to Ronaldo, has the second Ronaldo available, but it is offside, and Akshat breathes a sigh of relief. And now every attack for Akshat is just he has to try and make it count.
Oh yeah, and over here he's taking all those chances, right? He's doing what he can possibly do, but it's gonna matter to nothing if this one goes through. All right, Varsi somehow that was a really good effort, at last moment changing his legs, going in for the shot. But Kerala Blasters FC being really alarmed on the defenses. And now I'm not going to be scoffing at Akshat, to be honest, because he's trying everything he possibly can in his arsenal, right? He's going for the long shots. He's trying to get inside the box. He's trying to make the right passes. But Varsi just being better in terms of his own attack. And with Kante, he's got to search for something. Maybe we'll be looking forward to make a few substitutes over here, get some fresh legs up, score. Because with every passing minute, the chances of him winning diminish. But
no!
The curse of the crossbar, Azim.
Oh, that is so unfortunate. He worked that so well, and it deserved to go in, because he played that to perfection. That little lob pass, Varsi did not see that coming at all, and the only option he had over there was to take that shot on first time, low-driven shot, and almost executed to perfection. You really have to feel for him. He worked that. He was patient. He was composed. He made all the right decisions. Sadly for him, not to be.
And it's getting painful for Akshat at this point. And Lokmanyu, the pressure is definitely building up on him, because again he's going against another elephant over here. And that's going to be Shagnik, this man who's been, making, giving all those, tips to to RC to make sure he secures everything for his team, right? And Bengaluru FC have been in a sublime form lately. They've been keeping the win streaks up, not really losing out on a lot of games, not letting things slip by. And today also for Varsi, I'm pretty sure he's going to be quite satisfied with his results, unless and until Akshat can pull off a miracle.
Yeah, well, Akshat is going to be throwing the kitchen sink, the fridge, everything, all the appliances available to him at Varsi. Can he get in there? Nope, not quite. Again, I think a little too simplistic to expect that he would be able to outpace and outmuscle Varane over there. And now on the counter attack, it is 3 versus 2. And he finds the man at the back post. Surely lights out now. And wow, the composure from Varsi to pull that off. Didn't take the risk over there. He made sure that he found Vinicius on the stronger foot. Brilliantly worked. And that's what I've really loved about Varsi. Like just looking at his camera throughout the game, no matter what's happened, where he's conceded a goal, he's scored a goal, the expression has just remained exactly the same. Like he's remained so calm, so composed throughout. And well, I think in contrast to Akshat, I'm sorry, who had his opportunities
Yeah.
and couldn't quite take them. One, not really his fault, but the other one, of course, the cutback, which really should have been the equalizing goal, didn't quite happen for him, and he's been made to pay. And it could get worse. Varsi is looking like he's in the mood, and of course, Akshat now doesn't particularly want to defend. He wants to attack, and now he's got Ronaldo in over here.
Sure.
Could be a late consolation. What's he gonna do? Goes for the goal. There you go. Is it too late though? It's 86 minutes on the clock.
Yeah.
87 pretty much. So he needs to get that ball ASAP, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I think Varsi is just going to keep possession on himself and let all the last remaining minutes pass by. Or maybe he could just score one more with Vinicius Jr. and his pace just pacing in through that right wing. Needs to make that pass, beats the goalkeeper, but somehow has been saved. It's all fine. It's all in laughter, as it is indeed too easy for Varsi G. And yeah, I think Akshat has nothing really to fight for at this point. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Akshat's given up the ghost and just sort of almost unwillingly looks across the table and says, "Well played." Because I think one or two key moments is he sort of made a mistake in terms of his finishing, and because at 2-1 he scores that goal, suddenly it's 2-all. The pressure is right back on Varsi, and it's really those fine margins that have really cost Akshat over here. He could have had that goal, but of course hitting the bottom of the post and going out. And just like we saw last time, it is a win for Varsi in the individual game. And now again, as has been the theme for this season, the pressure is on Lokmanya. This is the game. This is the game where everything is on the line. Lokmanya has to go out and get that win to keep Kerala Blasters FC's hopes alive, and of course take this then to co-op, where they'll take some crumbs of comfort knowing that they did win in the co-op game the last time they met. So that momentum could be there on their side, as we saw a great slow motion replay of Ruud Gullit trapping the ball over there. For all you youngsters watching, that's how you control a ball. But anyway, about the match itself, it's a big moment for Lokmanya, and of course you know Lokmanya very well. What do you think his mindset will be going into this one?
Oh, he's under a lot of pressure, right? He's pretty much, I had a chat with him the other evening, and he's giving it all, but most of the times, those crossbar finishes, all those things just coming down. He's trying to hit for the goal, it hits the crossbar, has that little bit of a lady luck, not really going in his favor. And clearly should be wanting to change that now. It's been quite a while we've seen him in play, and by all means, Lokmanya has been one of the most seasoned player, one of the most experienced player. We compare him to the likes of Saransh, Charanjot, and Crusher, so many other players. So one of the FIFA greats. But right now we do have Varsi, who's surely building his name up there in the interview. And Varsi, again, a really, really comfortable win for you out there. How are you feeling?
Um, Great, man. Great. Feeling great. Very important game for us, and yeah, I wanted to give the team a good start, and yeah, I've successfully did so, and I hope like Sagnik wins his next game. So yeah, a great start.
Yeah, I think tactically you saw that I think when you were 2-0 up, Akshat changed it around. He went to 4-1, 2-1, 2, and he was struggling a little bit to adapt. He had a couple of big chances which he couldn't take. So when you're in that moment, did you try to change things tactically for yourself as well, or were you playing your own game?
No, I was just playing my own game. I did not change anything. I was just like in the last 10 minutes, I guess I switched to 4-2-3-1, a bit defensive
Yeah.
formation, which helped me. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you were fantastic. But again, enough about the game. We've been asking all these players about their Valentine's Day debacle. So, what about you? Did you get any lovely messages from your fans? Any special one? Anything at all?
No special one for now fixes.
Anything that you want to market? You're available, you're up for grabs, or anything like that? You have your podium there.
Yeah, if we win this thing, we are up for grabs. I am up for grabs.
Ah, well done. Well, I thought you would say it like how when we ask you about the table, he'll say, I'm just taking it one message at a time, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, thanks so much, Varsi. Good luck to you and Sagnik, and we'll chat with you all soon.
Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers.
All right. So now this is a perfect opportunity for the players, right, to go out there and put them outside, right? Ladies, I'm single. Definitely can slide into my DMs as Bengaluru FC. Quite a comfortable start, and Varsi again being Mr. Dependable, right? Getting Bengaluru FC those the first game wins, and he must be pretty happy with how he's performed. And now he's pretty confident that Sharkneck is also gonna come through, and he's done that in the past. But as we take a look at all these goals scored, and Kerala Blasters FC, I mean, Azim, for a moment with the way things started, I really felt Akshat could have put up quite a fight. What do you think really went wrong for them?
I think Akshay just lost his composure after, particularly that one miss at 2-1, where you could see he was just like, for a brief moment, just started shouting at the console, and there you go. Immediately on the counter attack from there, went and conceded, and that's when you could see the disappointment, the annoyance. And still, I felt he managed to handle himself quite well. This opportunity also could have been a huge moment, potentially a Terra Virtua moment of the match if it had gone in. But well, it looked like it was going to be Varsi's day as he capped it off with another great goal. Which I think for me, this one was probably my Terra Virtua super moment of the game. The composure, one pass, two pass, bye-bye, open goal.
Yeah.
Beautifully worked, and then the little nodding celebration as well, the swag to go with it. Really enjoyed that.
It was a good night, basically, there for Kerala Blasters FC, and he knows that he did him bad over there. And yeah, Bengaluru FC, quite a convincing win, and yeah, just the last consolation goal coming in there for Akshat, who pretty much had given up at this point. Really not the outcome, but yeah, look, Manu. He's got a huge responsibility on him, not just for himself individually, because that is where he's also been a little lackluster lately, not really getting a lot of wins. Indeed, it has been Akshat who has been getting those wins. So, a lot on his shoulders today. He's got to clinch a win somehow, because the last time Azim, Lokmanu and Shagnik went up against each other was those opening phases of the eISL, where it was a 2-0 win for Shagnik. Lokmanu had been creating a plethora of chances, but nothing really went through, nothing really crossed Shagnik's defenses, right? Lokmanu, another player, one of those players who loves to build the attack up before firing, and clearly he's got to make a few changes, because players have been adapting to that. We've seen him giving away a few games here and there, and Shagnik, he's been looking to be in a very phenomenal form lately. But right now we've been talking about Lokmanu. We know that pretty much Baichu must be looking at hiring him over there, but for you guys, we've got some free Lokmanu classes right here with finesse sessions with Lokmanu.
Hi everyone, my name is Lokmanu. I'm from KBFC the Blasters, and I'm also part of the Indian e-national team. On a very popular demand of the famous Lokmanu's coaching classes, we are going to do just the same in this video. So in this video, I'll be talking to you guys about the basic ball movement and dribbling mechanics. Also, I'll be sharing some important skill moves in the game that is required to become a better FIFA player. So let's take it step by step. एज फीफा प्लेयर्स जैसे हम जानते हैं कि स्प्रिंट सबसे बेसिक पार्ट है गेम का और वो R2 बटन से या R1 बटन से होता है। आप जैसा देख सकते हैं स्क्रीन पे, आप तेज़ उससे भागते हैं। बट दो चीज़ें जो लोग कॉमन मिस्टेक करते हैं वो है कि पूरे टाइम R2 बटन दबा के भागते रहो, उससे आपका स्टैमिना डिप्लीट होगा, आपके अच्छे प्लेयर्स बहुत जल्दी थक जाएंगे। दूसरी चीज़ कि आप पूरे टाइम डिफेंडर में जाके पोजीशन लूज़ करते रहोगे जिसका कोई सेंस नहीं बनता। तो ये दो कॉमन मिस्टेक्स अगर आप अवॉइड करोगे, लेफ्ट स्टिक और R2 दोनों का मिक्स करोगे, तो आप बेटर सिचुएशंस में जाके अटैक कर सकते हैं। So the next step is agile dribbling. This is one of the most basic things that a lot of people might not do, but today I'm going to show you how it's done. जैसे आप देख रहे हैं एम्बापे जैसा प्लेयर जिसकी ड्रिबलिंग स्टार्ट्स बहुत अच्छे हैं, अगर आप नॉर्मल लेफ्ट स्टिक से ड्रिबल करोगे तो वो ऐसे ड्रिबल करेगा, बट अगर आप R1 के साथ ड्रिबल करोगे जो एजाइल ड्रिबलिंग का बटन है, उससे आप देखो अगर उसका एम्बापे का मूवमेंट कितना फास्ट वो मूव कर रहा है और डिफेंडर को कंफ्यूज कर सकता है। जैसे आप यहाँ पे देख रहे हो डिफेंडर को कुछ नहीं समझ आ रहा, मैं किसी भी डायरेक्शन में जा सकता हूँ। और जैसा हमने स्प्रिंट की बात करी थी, उसको हम यूज़ करके अगर हम लोग सामने जाएँ तो हम गोल स्कोर कर सकते हैं। सो द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज स्ट्रेफ ड्रिबलिंग। नाउ ये एक ऐसी चीज़ है जो आपके गेम को अगले लेवल पे लेके जा सकती है, बिकॉज ये बहुत सारे प्रोज eISL में भी यूज़ कर रहे हैं। वो है L1। नाउ जैसे अभी हमने R1 सीखा था, ये है L1। तो आप जैसे देख सकते हैं अगर आप L1 और लेफ्ट स्टिक को दबाओगे तो प्लेयर एक डिफरेंट तरीके की एनिमेशन करेगा, बॉल पीछे लेके जाएगा, साइड में लेके जाएगा। तो ये एक तरह से डिफेंडर को बेट करने का तरीका होता है। और अगर आप इसके साथ स्प्रिंट कॉम्बिनेशन यूज़ करोगे तो आप एकदम से स्पेस में एक्सप्लोड कर सकते हो, जैसे यहाँ पे आपने पहले से देखा। तो ये बहुत एक इंपॉर्टेंट स्किल है। जैसे फिर से आप देखोगे, बेट किया और एकदम से स्पेस में चले गए जहाँ अपॉर्चुनिटी बनती है और आप फिर जाके आगे अपना चांस क्रिएट कर सकते हैं। जो अगला पॉइंट है जिसके बारे में हम बात करने वाले हैं वो है ड्रैग बैक। ये बहुत सिंपल चीज़ है, आप काफ़ी लोग करते भी होंगे, बट जो नहीं करते उनके लिए बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग चीज़ है, बिकॉज आप इससे पूरा डायरेक्शन चेंज कर सकते हैं। इट्स वेरी इजी टू डू। आप जैसे मैंने आपको अभी R1 बताया, L1 बताया, अब इन दोनों को साथ में दबाना है और साथ में दबा के लेफ्ट स्टिक को एक डायरेक्शन में जिसमें आपको एग्जिट करना है। जैसे आप एम्बापे से देखेंगे, मैं अगर L1 R1 और डायरेक्शन को दबाऊंगा पीछे की साइड तो एक ड्रैग बैक करेगा, तो उससे पूरा डायरेक्शन चेंज हो जाता है प्लेयर का। तो ये बहुत इफेक्टिव स्किल मूव है डायरेक्शन चेंज करने के लिए। आप इसको हाफ ड्रैग बैक भी कर सकते हैं, रोक के लेफ्ट स्टिक को रोक दो, नहीं तो पूरा लेफ्ट स्टिक को दबा के रखो और पूरा डायरेक्शन चेंज कर दो। इससे आपको बहुत ज़्यादा बेनिफिट होगा अटैक। So as you guys saw, these are the pointers that will help you improve your game. अगर आप इसको रोज प्रैक्टिस करेंगे, जो मैंने आपको ड्रिबलिंग के बेसिक मैकेनिक्स बताए, आपका डेफिनेटली गेम इंप्रूव होगा। ये लोकमान्यु कोचिंग क्लासेस की गारंटी है। तो इलास्टिको जैसे मैंने बताया मेरी फेवरेट स्किल मूव है। ये थोड़ी कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है, बट अगर आप मेरा हैंड मूवमेंट ढंग से देखेंगे तो आपको समझ आएगा। जैसे आप देख रहे हैं एक 5 स्टार स्किलर से ही हो सकता है। अब मेरी राइट स्टिक को अगर आप ढंग से देखेंगे तो मुझे राइट स्टिक पे बेसिकली 3 to 6 एक क्लॉक समझ के घुमाना है और ये चीज़ आपको हर डायरेक्शन में करनी है। अगेन थोड़ा मुश्किल है, बट अगर आप प्रैक्टिस करोगे रोज़ और मास्टर करोगे तो बहुत ज़्यादा इफेक्टिव होगा। जैसे आप देख सकते हैं क्रॉइफ से मैंने यहाँ पे 3 to 6 किया तो ये इलास्टिको, तो ये बहुत अच्छे से बॉडी फेंट करता है। फिर से करके दिखाऊंगा, देयर वी गो। तो ये बहुत ज़्यादा इफेक्टिव है बॉक्स के अराउंड और इसकी वजह से आप बहुत गोल मार सकते हो अगर आपने मास्टर कर लिया। Use these basic skill moves to be on top of your game and have an edge over your opponent. Now don't forget to watch the eISL matches on Nordwind Gaming Facebook and YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching, guys.
Wow, I mean, such a delight to be learning from the master himself, right? We've always been advocating. He's such a good teacher. Has taught me a lot of things personally when he was on the desk with me, and now he is as a player coming in, the thing that he has always wanted to do. And that clearly is just hidden. It's mysterious, but I can assure you,
It's mind
Shaknik
games
has,
from Lokmanyu.
Shaknik has
तूने
taught
तो नहीं मारा है यार.
so he's definitely gonna get a few numbers. I think that's gonna be fixed in just a little while. But yeah, Azim, I think this is such a good thing, such a good initiative taken here. Getting to teach people a lot of FIFA, because again, from the professionals, you're learning those intricate details which you would ideally miss out on. But now, that being said, we are back with our game number 2 for this matchup. It is Kerala Blasters FC from right to left in their black, and Bengaluru FC from left to right. We've got to see who takes the win in this matchup, especially a huge game for Lokmanyu.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is it. This is what he's here for. He's here for these high pressure, these big games. Of course, he would not want to be playing them from 8th place, but there is the opportunity for him to remedy it. And of course, knowing him, he would have taken this time out to really practice as hard as he can, work on his game as much as he can. And we haven't really seen much of Lokmanu since the new title update as well. So let's see if he's one of those players who's really liked it. We will find out. We know Shagnik has been looking very imperious with his form of late. And now you see Lokmanu immediately getting the fullbacks forward. Both fullbacks, well, actually one fullback forward to begin with. And immediately Shagnik spotting this and going for the counter attack. Will he go for a cross into the box? He does have bodies in there. Decides to fake one way, then go the other. And Lokmanu hustles back and forces the corner.
Oh yeah, and considering how things have been going, right? Shagnik again, a very good player in terms of experience, right? He's also one of the oldest guns playing FIFA for quite some time, and clearly, he's a kind of a player who's really moody, right? Suddenly starts feeling himself today. He's gonna score 5-6 goals. Suddenly is not in the mood. Will just score with 2-3. Either ways, always likes to walk off with a victory. And the second half for Bengaluru FC has always been so good this time. And now Shagnik again pacing in through from that left side. Beautiful dribbling, gets the right pass onto it, Ronaldo, but Bellingham being in the right position with the interception. So Lokmanu clearly going in for the meta picks, and wow, he is also getting the party started.
Yeah, lovely ball roll over there. It's a very instinctive move over that. You just see the slide tackle coming, you see it, you anticipate that's what's going to happen, and just a little flick with the right stick, and away you go. And Lokmanu has to make this count. I think he will really want to assert his dominance early in the game. Not being able to, of course, it's easier said than done against Shagnik. I was looking at their FIFA ranking scores, and they're really just separated by 10 points. So, such an evenly contested game. And Shagnik keeps growing in confidence with every game. And now, will he look to cross, or will he try to do Lokmanu again like he did? A very quick pass, again getting away, and the shooting opportunity. That is brilliant from Shagnik, a player right on top of his game. Lokmanu, no answer to that. Absolutely stunning. Bengaluru FC take the lead.
Yeah, this is going to be so dementing for the likes of Lokmanu over here. But again, Shagnik, look at that. It was quite chaotic, but with the way he's handled the ball, taking a twist over there and then scoring, something that you have a good chance with when you are on Mbappe there. He definitely has that agility to pull it off. And yeah, Lokmanu on the back foot. He has to score one and needs to get the equalizer. And this has been a custom, right? Once he concedes, he instantly gets back and scores one. And most of the times, we've also seen Lokmanu taking the brunt of it. He usually also scores the first goal and then instantly concedes one. So yeah, he's got to be a little careful, a little bit loose on the defenses, and he knows that. He's been working on it, but for now, Shagnik starting off with such a beautiful manner. But he's got to take the baby steps right now, right? He's got to start building up the possession, because the way this game is flowing, it is, again, Bengaluru FC most of the times with the ball, with the possession, and also with the attacks.
Yeah, there's doesn't look like Lokmanu has an answer right now to what Shagnik is throwing at him offensively. So I think Lokmanu should try to just focus more on his attack, because I mean, defensively, if Shagnik is in that kind of mood where he's just really throwing everything at you, and again, very uncharacteristic over there, but uncharacteristically given back to him by Shagnik. And now this is where he has to make it count, needs to get that goal back. It's not been the same free-flowing, the same confident Lokmanu that we've been accustomed to seeing. Let's see if we can change things around over here. Great turn left and right, trying to get away from the defender. He has done it this time, and the cutback, and saved by Van der Sar at point-blank range. And well, poker-faced as usual, Lokmanu, but you could see over there, just from the eyes, the fact of, oh my God, how is that not a goal?
Oh, he's barely even blinking at this point. He's shocked a little bit, but completely unfazed by that one goal that Shagnik has scored. He's looking to get back in and really strong, but this could be a potential good counter-attack from Shagnik's side, as he must be looking for that cutback. All right, has found Ronaldo, needs to find that final pass though, but eventually goes for the build-up yet again, giving it a little on towards the backside. De Bruyne passing it on towards Mbappe with that little ball roll. Neymar Jr. pulling off those shenanigans, but yeah. So goalkeeper change from Lokman. He's one of those players who was really loud about Van der Sar, right? And suddenly shifting on to Mendy, what could be the reason?
Again, I think it's chemistry related. He's got Rudiger in there, and he's using Cancelo and Marquinhos. So did just wanted to get that Rudiger card up to his full potential. Usually, if he was using N'Golo Kante in midfield, he wouldn't need to do that. He could just go with whatever other keeper he wanted, maybe a Donnarumma. But of course, chemistry, as those of you who play Ultimate Team would know, just how much of an impact it has on the overall game. And those few 1 or 2 points here and there can make the difference in that little bit of agility, that little dribbling speed, that little physical presence that can make all the difference. And for now, Lokmanu winning that ball back, he really needs to get a goal back before half time. It's just not quite happened for him. He had that one opportunity that he worked really well, but it's not been the same free-flowing, fluid Lokmanu that we've been used to seeing. There you go again, not quite able to get the ball out, and it is half-time, and it is again a similar story for Bengaluru FC against Kerala Blasters FC, that they are leading and looking like closing this match out with the game in hand.
Oh yeah, I mean, if this persists, if this continues, if Shagnik walks off with a victory, I don't think Kerala Blasters FC will be served with their revenge, right? The redemption. They need to do that. They've already lost out on one of those initial Southern derbies, and today is a day where they would be looking to get a win, but so difficult against a player like Shagnik, right? He doesn't really give you those chances, and look at the quality of this particular goal, and he has been trying to do that not just on this occasion but on a multiple more, and on the few ones he's kind of not made it, but yeah, I think that is one of those threats that he needs to be anticipating, and Lokmanu clearly ever so determined. He needs to get that comeback, at least needs to get a draw at the very least, so that they can have a dying chance to secure that 1 point in the co-op game.
Yeah, although I'm not sure really what 1 point would do for Kerala Blasters FC. It
Yeah.
would still keep them just there on 13 points and almost 10 points off those playoff places. So they really need to get going. Of course, even if they win this game and keep winning their matches, it's not all up to them. They have to rely on a few teams up and down the table doing them some favors, and a cheap giveaway, uncharacteristic from Sagnik over there. And now in the second half, what can Lokmanu do? Will we see that explosive Lokmanu come to life? The player we know is capable of controlling and destroying oppositions. For the moment, all the control has been with Sagnik. Like, he's really never looked like he was ever not in control of this match. And again, finding that ball in. If he gets the goal over here, the time finish was timed perfectly, but a minor deflection doing the job.
Oh yeah, and that is exactly what Kerala Blasters FC needed at this point. They cannot afford to concede any goal at this point. If they need to pull off this comeback, they need to score that equalizer at the very least, and that is a breakthrough with Mbappe, a lofted pass, but not the way he had anticipated to receive, and Marquinhos coming in clutch over there with Ronaldo. This time, Bengaluru FC, they're going to be pacing in from the right wing. They know they must be looking for Mbappe, but passes it on towards Gullit instead, and now De Bruyne must be searching for another player to pass on to. And this is where it's sort of getting frustrating for Kerala Blasters FC. Shagnik has been really good in terms of how he's been receiving, in terms of his defense, but Ronaldo winning that physical battle over there.
Yeah, taking that ball on, it didn't seem like the right idea to play that lofted through ball. Still went for it, hoping that Ronaldo would have that physical presence to win the aerial battle, and of course he did in that instance. And now it's just so tight, so cagey. Can Lokmanu find that ball in? This time he's worked it well. Surely has to take the shot with
No
Pele
way.
again. Van der Sar in the way, of course. I think the angle was against him. Needed to do something a little bit more innovative over there. Maybe try to sit the keeper down. We have seen him do that in the past as well. We've seen Saranj do that plenty of times in the past. I think that's one of his signature moves almost, with the shot cancel, just committing the keeper. And now, thought maybe the opportunity had opened up for a nice long range finesse, but Sagnik wanting to play the percentages this time. Mbappe is in behind, but plenty of defensive cover you'd have to say for Bengaluru FC, so nothing to unduly perturb them. Now inside the box, can Lokmanu make this count? He's forced out again. The defense from Sagnik very solid. You can see how narrow, how compact it is. And now the through ball with Ronaldo takes the shot, and Van der Sar to the rescue again.
Oh, you've got a feel for Lokmanu at this point. He's been getting really deadly towards that second half when we are approaching those end phases of the game. It's still not over. The attack still on with this corner. He definitely needs to pull out a rabbit out of his magic hat. Instead, goes for a long cross. Oh, intended, I think, for CR7, but was stopped right at its tracks. And now Bengaluru FC, they intended to begin their attack, but still out for a throw though.
Yeah, well, time's running out for Kerala Blasters FC now. Of course, they've been having a great season in the IRL, Hero ISL. Not quite been the case for them in the eISL right now, and Sagnik now looking to close things out. Again, every time he gets into the box, he looks really, really dangerous, very, very threatening. Pause cued by Lokmanu. He's clearly unhappy about something. Maybe some substitutions, maybe from some fresh legs.
Oh,
And again,
no.
really, I think presented with too many options over there. He could have gone solo, could have passed left, could have passed right. Eventually, ended up doing nothing. And that's the kind of indecision that we don't expect. And decisive there is Sagnik taking that shot, but flies over the crossbar. Lokmanu breathes a sigh of relief, and well, some changes are afoot. Let's see what he's going to be planning to do over here, or maybe going ultra attacking. Maybe he will try that narrow 4-1-2-1-2 formation. Needs to do something to get control of that midfield and get into the box. He's got into the box actually plenty of times, but the defense from Sagnik has been absolutely rock solid.
Oh yeah. And Shagnik, again, like I said, right, he also knows that this is a pressure matchup, and he can't give that moment of an opening to Lokmani, because if he does, then he's going to concede a lot more. So clearly, you've got to understand the gravity of the situation over here. Lokmani does so, but in terms of his success rate, you've got to give it to Shagnik. He's been maintaining that clean sheet against Lokmanu. Last time also, it was a 2-0 scoreline, and this time it's not the best, but Shagnik getting the breakthrough with Eusebio, but Marquinhos saving the day, at least for
Oh
now,
my God.
and Bellingham just giving it away towards Zalit, and now there it is, Ronaldo passing it on towards Vinicius Jr. on that right wing. Hullet trying to get inside the box. This could be really deadly. This could be lights out, and indeed it is, as Shagnik will make no mistakes in scoring that one in, and it's 2-0 again for Bengaluru FC.
It just shows you that pressure can get to even the best of us. And we've seen that with Lokmanu over there, not once but twice giving that ball away so cheaply in his own box. And that is, I think, the knockout punch, the knockout blow, not just for this match, but also for Kerala Blasters FC's top 4 chances this season. Sadly, I do not think, given the way their form is going and looking at the points table, that they will be able to make it through to those knockout stages. Lokmanu now appears to have woken up a little bit, and again trying a very, very optimistic shot now on the counter attack, still keeping bodies behind, so not fully overcommitting on attack. And he has the opportunity now to find a couple of passes now with Pele steaming in. Great little turn, but again Sagnik intercepting and reading that so well. It's really been a complete performance from Sagnik. He's been clinical in attack. He's taken the chances when presented to him, and there you go. I think this could be 3-0. No, is he going to just try to see it out? I think it's a I was about to say he was trying to be a bit respectful towards his opponent, who he's gone head to head with so many times, but no, this time he did try to go for an opening, and Lokmanu trying to find his way through now with Neymar, now with Pele, trying those skill moves, trying something different. Finds the ball now to Neymar on the left foot. It's into the corner. Lokmanu has quick look at the watch. He knows he has 2 minutes left, and now it's constant pressure. And 2 minutes and stoppage time for Sagnik to hold on.
Yeah.
And I think he should be able to, barring a huge mistake or a huge disaster. And Lokmanu will be thinking, where was this attack? Where was this instinctive finishing for the 87 minutes that came before this?
Oh yeah, and again, it's been quite a while since we've had a chat with him, right? To ask about what is going wrong. Because this is exactly what he needed, right? This is exactly where he needed to hold on to that composure a little bit. But he knows it's too late at this point. Even a draw is gonna mean nothing, right? He had to get the win
Oh,
somehow, and could have been a little deadly. But I don't think Bengaluru FC would want to give away on the possession, as Mbappe's got that blistering pace in through, and he's gonna go in for that through ball. Eusebio receives it, but I'm not really sure if it was the kind of a pass that he wanted. Either ways, Shagnik is the victor in the second game, and quite a repetition of the last matchup that Kerala Blasters FC had against Bengaluru FC, in which Bengaluru FC did come out with a win, and clearly, Lokmanu seems frustrated with the outcome, as he knows, it's just not the match that he has lost, but his hopes into that top four.
yeah, and well, it's deja vu, I think, for Kerala Blasters again. Not just playing against Bengaluru FC, but for this tournament in general. I think they've had opportunities. They've not really had quite their share of luck, you could say. Lokmanu did take a lot of shots. He created a lot of opportunities, but they weren't what really you would say gilt-edged chances to score. They were shots that were savable by the keeper, and unfortunately for him on the day, they were saved. The percentages and the probabilities not working in his favor. And Varsi as well. Very comprehensive win. Could have been made very, very uncomfortable for him at 2-1 if Akshat had managed to put away a very, very key and big chance. But not to be. And Bengaluru FC go marching on now into the top four back again. They've been one of those yo-yo teams, constantly dropping in and out of that top four. But the form they're showing now is suddenly giving them hope that they might be able to stay there.
Oh yeah, I think Bengaluru FC finally really happy that they've got those 3 points secured, and with that being said, I think it's really going to propel them up, right? Especially they've been looking to take over Jamshedpur FC, and I think this sort of win secures that. So baby steps, because Bengaluru FC eventually, with the start of eISL, they did win a few of the games, but then we did see that losing streak going on. And ever since, like we said, with the commencement of the new year, we've seen a whole different version of them. They had that little break. So this is the difference, right? Bengaluru FC having that, time off from the eISL. They really bought some quality time in. They utilized it and got better, which a lot of teams have been facing issues with. Let's say Kerala Blasters FC over here, for instance, right? We thought that after that long haul, that long break, they might get that chance to come, sort of work on the fallacies and get over. But that was not the case over here. But Bengaluru FC again, clearly the better team in terms of how they've scored the goals and everything else following up. Lokmanu could have done better in terms of those finishes in the final third. But yeah, it is what it is. So for all you Bengaluru fans, a reason to be smiling right now. You've got those 3 points secured home. And I think Varsi's dream of finally finding a date with is kind of coming true right now. But again, Varsi is definitely gonna find us someone special. But for all you viewers out there, we also do have something special for you. You do have your chance on getting this special NFT. V-Fleck is what it goes by, a dancing robot, as you might call it. And all you've got to do is head over to www.terravirtua.io/ISL, and all you've got to do is sign up for yourself, and it's worth $19.99. And well, I already have stepped on the bandwagon and have secured myself that Odisha FC Terra Virtua. What about you, Azim?
Nice. Well, I have to head over and grab mine. I'm debating whether it's going to be Northeast United FC or Jamshedpur FC at this point. But let's see. Of course, you can customize it to whatever team you would like, and that's the beauty of how it works. But well, I think Bengaluru FC, high spirits, and I think what's really worked for Bengaluru FC is the fact that as teammates and as friends, these guys have known each other for a really, really long time. And they both get along with each other. You always see them smiling, laughing, reacting to each other's goals. Like when one of them scores a great goal, the other one has that, the exact kind of reaction you would want from your teammate, of showing that shock and awe and complimenting you. And they really do not just complement each other in terms of compliments, but they complement each other as teammates as well. And I think they're suddenly looking very, very strong. There you go. Look at the little confidence, having a little wave at the camera as well. These guys are enjoying themselves.
Girls, I'm single. Just slide into my DM, please. I'm gonna flex those muscles. And yeah, quite a physical fellow there, Varsi, right? But again, getting back to reality, getting back into the eISL, and it's going to be a 2v2 matchup, the co-op game, in which the last time they've head on with each other, it was Kerala Blasters FC who walked off with the victory. So still nothing much. This consolation win also is not going to do enough, because you could see the players clearly not really happy with how they've been playing. Shagnik and Varsi might not show it on their faces, but they're quite elated, right? They're taking one game at a time, and they've been delivering. And finally, there you see the smiles breaking out. Two different contrasts, and this is what it is about, the emotions. And this shows what this league meant to them, Kerala Blasters FC. And obviously, there's always a winning team. There's always someone who loses, and that's the harsh reality of it.
Yeah, and well, Bengaluru FC looking very, very happy, and Kerala Blasters FC looking so down and so sad about things. It's almost like somebody is going to come and told them that you have to play this match on FIFA 2002 and FIFA 22, and they're like, "Kyun kara rahe ho yaar? Why are you making us do this?" I think they just want to go home and sleep it off. Of course, this one will hurt them way more than any of the other defeats that they've had, because earlier they could have still said, "Okay, you know what? We lost. We'll come back from it. We'll keep fighting." And onwards they would go with that hope that suddenly that luck will change, or the form will click, or something will happen. And they did briefly find a good period of form to really start getting back and climbing up the table, but does look like 8th is around about where they're going to stay. Maybe they can climb up to around 6th or 7th if the rest of the season goes well. But unless, barring some massive disasters and barring all the teams at the top of the table, like all 6 of them just exclusively playing out draws with each other and dropping points, don't see really a route back in. Of course, until it's mathematically possible, these boys will still hold on to those little shreds of belief. And for now, Bengaluru FC might have a bit of fun with their team selections, experiment a little bit. Will they go for a whitewash? Let's see. Because they are in great form, and wouldn't be surprised at all if they go out and grab that win, because they are a very good co-op unit as well.
Yeah, they definitely are. And right now, that's the thing, right? The pressure is sort of lifted. So we're going to see some flashy plays. We're going to see some good FIFA coming in from their side, because, yeah, like you said, Azim, they want to have a whitewash over here. Last time they lost that co-op game. So this is the time where they're going to be wanting to win. But at the same time, for Kerala Blasters FC to lose, really nothing much to win. So again, they're going to be putting their hearts out, show the best FIFA that they've got, and try to win this one out.
Yeah, they've never really looked at any point in this entire match across both the first 2 games that we've seen. They haven't looked really in control of the game at any point.
Yeah.
Like, Varsina was always the guy who was in the ascendancy, apart from a very, very brief phase. And similarly, I think Sagnik's performance, despite the scoreline, felt even more dominant against Lokmanya. He just never gave him a sniff, like restricted him to very few opportunities, shots from odd angles, and now getting in behind that defense. Let's see what they have in store. Could have gone for that pass into the middle, could have squared that off to Ronaldo. And well, it looks like you go long ball, we go long ball. On the counter attack come Kerala Blasters FC, but nobody really in the box to find. And well, does well to get away from his marker, but well dealt with by Bengaluru FC. And they will look for that long ball in behind again, surely. And it just looks like it's well, it's like a long ball practice session right now.
Yeah, and this is exactly what we kind of liked. It's sort of an exhibition match right now. Nothing much on the line. Both the players just playing their hearts out. It's good old FIFA, but nothing can change as this time Kerala Blasters FC showing some good signs of defense, reading that play perfectly well. as it's still resuming, right, with Neymar Jr. We've seen Bengaluru FC making those twists and turns with Mbappe. They've got Neymar Jr. A lot of agility coming in there. As Mbappe, he's going to try and play it across those 1-2 defenders. But Hakimi making sure the ball does not pass through, but it's out for a corner.
Yep, well, it may feel like an exhibition match, but I think the only thing that Kerala Blasters FC are exhibiting right now is the sadness on their cameras. Doesn't feel like they're really into this game right now, and of course, you can't really blame them. Not really able to do too much, trying to do the basics. I think sort of the bare minimum you could say to just try and win that match. But of course, when you've lost the game, and of course you've lost your chances more or less of progressing in the tournament, can get a little mundane. A great ball in. What an absolute
Ooh.
peach of a cross, and the finish not quite there, blocked off by the goalkeeper, and they'll go again. But Bengaluru FC picking up right where they left off in their individual matches.
Yeah, and so much press from their side, right? They've been Kerala Blasters FC. They've been looking like they want to defend for all the while, and wow, Cancelo getting the ball, wanted to pass it on, but this could be a potential chance of a counter attack. Now with Ronaldo, they were trying to head in, but would want also their right backs in the place. But again, out for a throw. Not really the kind of a matchup that they want at this point. 26 minutes have passed by. Has been a little gloomy. Few chances created here and there, and this could be a potential one. But no, out for a corner.
Not quite at all. And well, there is potential for you to get your animated team mascot worth $19.99 for free at terravacha.io/ISL, and there is a potential for a counter attack as well from Bengaluru FC. Not quite taken over there. And Kerala Blasters FC, new feeling for them in this game to have possession of the ball. Can they do something with it? Not quite. I think they're does look like, I mean, if we look at the possession stats, it's probably going to be like 70-30 in favor of Bengaluru FC, or at least 65-35. They've just not let Kerala Blasters FC have that ball at all. And they'll be looking to get that goal and finish it off, make it a clean sweep. Really send a message to everybody else who's involved in the battle for that top four, saying, you know what, don't discount us. And there you go. Going for the shot, maybe the chip might have been a better option over there, but of course, Edouard Mendy, also a very, very tall keeper, and a good pick to have to nullify those shooting opportunities. And now getting in a rather indulgent tackle over there, never was going to make it, but you can afford to do that when you won. And for Bengaluru FC, the other reason they'll want to win and score is to get their goal difference that little bit higher. Of course, they already have a goal difference superior to both Northeast United FC and FC Goa. But they, considering that how close that battle for the top four is, I think goal difference could be a vital decisive factor, and that's something that Sagnik did mention last week as well.
Oh yeah, and right now it's all been about Bengaluru FC creating that attack, and Kerala Blasters FC just trying to defend. Right, we haven't. It clearly shows how broken these two players are. Really not communicating with each other, and this is sort of affecting their game as well. Ideally, had they even gotten a draw or maybe a win out in that second game, this could have been everything on the line. But then no matter, even if they win, this is not going to change the outcome, as Mbappe. Ooh, that was again one of those chances by Bengaluru FC. And like you said, this could also be about making sure that you have got those good co-op games. Because again, it's sort of a long shot. Bengaluru FC still have to get a few points before they're getting into the race back at it. So yeah, they've been pretty good. They've been winning a lot of their games, and that's a good sign. But still making sure that you need to have that safety cushion, right? Even if it comes down to those goal differences or to those matches won, I think this could be one of the matches that actually counts.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, with only 5 games left for most of these teams to play, each game is just going to start getting more and more tense, particularly for the likes of Bengaluru FC, for Jamshedpur FC, Northeast United FC, Chennai and Mumbai. At this point, I think we could safely say that SC East Bengal might count themselves, even though they won't admit it. But I think they've pretty much guaranteed a spot in that top four, barring a disaster of absolutely epic proportions. They do, of course, have to play a lot of the games against the bottom teams as well. So they've been picking up points against the top teams. They beat Mumbai City FC. They beat FC Goa as well. And I'm really looking forward to seeing them take on Chennai FC for that second time, because that's going to be an absolute blockbuster as well.
Oh yeah, that is where what all our fans have been waiting for, right? And again, considering how they stand, Chennai FC 25 points. The last time they went against each other, they went out for a run, and it was not really an easy victory for SC East Bengal, but still they could see things through. But with the commencement of this second half, nothing much, to be honest, happening in. This game, Bengaluru FC time and again trying to make that attack, from the left, from the center, from the right. But Kerala Blasters FC making sure that they've got the defenses on guard and not letting any ball pass through. Even if it does, they do have that final man in of defense, Mendy, making sure that it doesn't go through. This time, Hakimi really being one of those capitalizing players. I think replacing Theo Hernandez.
Yeah, Theo Hernandez, I think his days in the meta are sadly for him done. Because, of course, when you've got the likes of Cancelo in there to play at left back, it can, I mean, really, why would you not pick that player? And now looking to counter attack again, our Kerala Blasters FC, a good looking ball in behind this time, and now with bodies in the box, will they look to get that in? It is crossed in a little too high, I think. When you have Ronaldo in the box along with Pele, I think the choice of which player you would want heading the ball is quite obvious, and a little bit too much put on that cross, and asking a little bit too much of the tiny frame of Pele to try and do anything over there with the header.
Yeah, and this was again a long shot. This is just two players playing their FIFA. Not really a lot of call outs I can see. Both a little bit sad, but still, this is promising signs, at least for Kerala Blasters FC. They are putting up the attack, and this could be a potential good chance with De Bruyne looking forward for that cutback, but eventually not the right player to receive it, and the defenders completely reading them like a book, and will again intercept it out, making sure they have the possession. And now Bengaluru FC on the counter attack of their own have found this pass on towards Mbappe, back and forth with Ronaldo. Has a lot of options of even trying to go wide with Hullet, goes and gives it away towards CR7, but Bellingham coming in clutch, making the defense, but possession again retained back. And this is where we need to see someone at least scoring one off, going in from that left wing. De Bruyne again has to try to make something out of it. Bengaluru FC have been time and again testing Kerala Blasters FC's defense, but haven't really gotten through, as this even looks to be solid from Kerala Blasters FC's side. Now this could be promising. Instead, Mbappe, a little bit injury marker on there, but the ball stolen away.
Yeah, I think Bengaluru FC trying to be a little too intricate over there, trying to score that absolutely perfect vintage Arsenal type goal, almost you could say. And Kerala Blasters FC finally getting a shot on target. It's taken them close to 70 minutes to get one shot on goal, and that's got them talking a little bit again. And well, good to see they have some investment in the game to say, okay, you know what, let's go and try to win this. But you can see the motivation and the interest not quite there the way it would be if they were really fighting for the 3 points or even 1 point at this marker in the game.
Yeah, I mean, again, 1 point is better than no points at all. But likewise, like we already discussed, right? The first two wins being enough for Bengaluru FC to seal off those 3 points. We do have few substitutions being made, and out for a corner. We've got to see if they can make anything out of this corner routine. With Messi goes in for that cross. All right, directly goes for the volley. I was starting to speculate maybe they will have Mbappe changed, but that's not the case over here, and this could be a promising break with Eusebius. Got to beat past those defenders. Will be taking that shot, but Mendy making sure it just goes out for a corner.
Yeah, it was a little again the angle, and I think that's something that has changed after the title update. Is that you've seen like the keepers making more realistic saves from more realistic angles, and I think if the game is becoming more real in that sense, of course it's better for the sport overall. Of course, players who are used to just banging those in as the meta would be a bit frustrated with it. We have seen some players, for instance, like Shubham from Odisha FC, not quite happy with how the meta has changed things. And that's sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles. You have to, of course, everybody has to adapt to the way the game evolves, because the game eventually is the same for everyone. And Mbappe waltzing through over there for Bengaluru FC. I wonder if they'll take a long shot over here. Don't need to when you can work the ball this way. Mbappe's injury is there no more, and Eusebio brilliantly worked Bengaluru FC. It is going to be the whitewash. It is 1-0 unless Kerala Blasters FC can do something about it. But yeah, again, wonderfully worked between the two of them. The composure, the ability, the skill, and then finally the finish.
Yeah, this was sort of coming, right? Time and again, Bengaluru FC were pushing so hard to try and score a goal, and they've gotten that success. And now they've all become alive, and we were really thinking that the dreadlock in this matchup would not be broken. We're gonna see a draw. But now I think we know what the results are, and like you said, it is going to be a potential whitewash. At the same time, Kerala Blasters FC would be wanting to protect their heads from absolutely being chopped. Uh, can at least look for a draw, maybe just a little copium for themselves. So let's see what goes on. As now, few last attacks for them. 78 minutes already gone past by, and Kerala Blasters FC. They've taken a few shots, Azim, but most of the times it's either gone out for a corner, deflected out. The keeper has read it well. But this one shows a little bit of promise with Hakimi. They've gotten their right backs ahead, and we've got to see if they can make anything out of this potential play.
Yeah, it's just not. I think Kerala Blasters FC have just not shown enough creativity on the day, and that's the kind of stuff you want to see more of. Those little lob balls in behind. We did see Akshat create a great chance, of course, in another very very pivotal moment in the match where Roop Gullit, of course, with that lovely chip ball in behind, ran onto the ball on his left foot, and the low-driven shot, of course, hitting the base of the post. Going for the finesse shot, does not time it at all well, and of course it just trickles into the hands of the keeper, who looks long. I think he'll be offside anyway, and it's a throw
Yeah.
because it's out.
Yeah, again, Kerala Blasters FC, they should have kept possession. Giving it away, not really the way to go. And Bengaluru FC would be wanting to say goodnight with this final late goal. And no, says Rudy as he comes in with the save. And now we've got to see if they can manage to find at least a draw over here, at least in this particular game number 3, as it's been sort of a little lackluster from their side. They know they've made quite a couple of mistakes, especially in their defensive halves, where they could have done better. Attacking wise, I really felt both Akshat and Lokmani were just fine. Lokmani again having that luck not really favoring him. Few shots hitting the crossbars, hitting the keeper's gloves. A lot of things have happened. Haven't managed to see it through. And that being said, the final whistle blows, and it is, of course, going to be the boys over here from Bengaluru FC who have walked off with the victory, and it is indeed a whitewash.
Yeah, absolutely. Bengaluru FC getting that job done, continuing that form, and really I think they are, and it keeps switching who the form team is. For a long time it was SC East Bengal, for a long time it was FC Goa, then in the middle Northeast United FC. All these teams have shown these spots of form throughout the season. It's Bengaluru FC's turn now to show it. And it is going to boil down now to who can sustain that form now as we go into the business end of the league stage. Who can keep winning, who can drop the least amount of points, who can get that little bit of luck on their side occasionally when it's needed. That's really what's going to decide. And of course, once we get into the playoffs, that just comes down to, form goes out of the window over there. It's just who gets the better result, the better performance, the more composure on the day. And on the day today, of course, it was Bengaluru FC who created the most. I think thoroughly deserved to win all the games. And well, Kerala Blasters FC, they blamed bad luck and a few things here and there in the past, but I don't think they can blame anybody apart from themselves. And of course, compliment the Bengaluru FC boys because they were playing a level above them today for sure.
Yeah, they have certainly been the better team. No questions can also be raised. Now look at all those green markers there, right? In every single aspects, I think Bengaluru FC was the better team. Created a lot of chances, and they went for it. They were playing their hearts out, and you can see 5 shots. They've kept the best possession even on their side. And Kerala Blasters FC, a little bit exhausted, a little bit drained with that loss and not really finding any motivation to sort of go in and win that one game. And it all fell down after Lokmanu sort of lost his game, right? Had Lokmanu
Yeah.
won it and kept them in possession, that could have been a different story altogether. And there you have it, officially confirmed. 3 points have been secured by Bengaluru FC, and the boys are going to be so happy the way they've been playing lately. I think if they sort of keep this run on, they are definitely gonna make it to the top 4 towards the very end.
Yeah, definitely. Of course, they will be not getting ahead of themselves, of course, as they shouldn't, because it's a long way to go. They do have, of course, if I'm not wrong, another 5 games yet to play. So still plenty of opportunities for them to keep going and of course slip up. But one guy who did not slip up today is of course our hero of the match. I get the feeling it's going to be the guy we saw first up for Bengaluru FC. There you go, Varsi scoring his 4 goals. Really, really dominant display. Rode his luck occasionally at moments in that first half, but the quality of the goals was there for all to see.
Yeah, gave his team a perfect start right into this matchup. Build a lot of pressure on Lokmanu, and this is how it really helps. Bengaluru FC, both the players that we are talking about, Varsi and Shagnik, right? Really experienced lads. They've been in the community for quite some time, and all they were lacking was getting their true form back. And once they did manage to find it out, I think they had no trouble in sealing the deal. And if you take a look at the pen and paper, at the statistics, at their past performances, at their previous accolades. Of course, one of the top contenders even to go out and win in the eISL. But right now, let's take a look at the Terra Virtua Super moment of the game and what could that potentially be. And is definitely the first goal that Shagnik managed to find against Lokman.
Yeah, very, very pivotal goal over here because, of course, if Lokmanu had managed to get the result over here, that would have changed the complexion of this tie entirely and worked it really, really well. And you could see his teammate was in a bit of awe as well. Really, really enjoyed watching that goal. I'm sure we'll see the reactions as well. There you can go, look at him. He's like, wow, did you actually do that? And really, really been in great form. As are all the people over at Terra Virtua making those nice NFTs.
Oh yeah, and the best part about that, he did that against Lokmanu, right? Not really an easy player to pull off against, and that is how good Shagnik really is. And now let's take a look at the leaderboards and find how things have changed, as I do see Bengaluru FC making it to the top 4, but sharing points with 2 other teams, and FC Goa. Now, they had a few games to catch up, and today was definitely not their day, and one more game slipping past by, which will eventually mean that now their chances of making it to the top 4 is gonna get a little bit contested. But the voice in my head finally says we do have Shagnik, who is waiting for us inside of the studio. Congratulations, Shagnik, on that amazing win, especially against Lokmanu. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. It's always a pleasure playing Lokmanu, and winning it is, even a bigger achievement for me.
Yeah, and especially, I mean, you were completely in control of that game. I think Lokmanu did have a few shots, but they were mainly from like odd angles. They were fairly easy for the keeper to save. Generally, you've been playing really a step above since the last 2 or 3 weeks. You've really, really brought your game on. So, what's changed for you? Like, you've looked a lot more confident. How are you feeling in general about the game right now?
Oh yeah, I'm feeling good. Like I have changed my mindset a bit. Like when I came here, I was like, I have to be in the top 4 and all. Now I'm like a bit chilled, so like
YOLO.
obviously it means a lot to make it to the top four, but yeah, like I'm not taking the pressure at the moment.
So I think pressure being relieved from your shoulders, and I think Varsi has got a huge role to play in that, especially getting those initial wins. But I really feel that you guys still have a lot of work to do in terms of your co-op games, right? So what are you planning on next?
Yeah, I mean, as you said, like Vasi is a massive booster for me. Like I said, even if before every game I say Vasi that like if you win the first game, no matter what, I'll win the second. And yeah, the the co-op aspect. Yeah, I've been telling this from day one. Like it has to improve a bit for us. We have been practicing lately, so let's see.
Yeah, well, keep it going. Of course, it's very, very exciting to see that battle now for the top four shaping up. And of course, we hope that you're going to be part of it till the very end and make it exciting for all of us as viewers. So, congrats once again on the win, and we'll chat with you soon.
Thank you, boys.
All right. So here it is. I think taking a quick gander at the leaderboards clearly mention that how tough this is going to be, and we're approaching that end game, Azim. And so many teams are closely contested. Every single matchup is gonna matter a lot, but all for you viewers out there watching the stream right now, I'm pretty sure you must have burnt a lot of hole in your pockets, especially on Valentine's Day. But here we are gifting you an NFT with $19.99. All you've got to do is sign yourself. And this is a really interesting combinations, right? Yellow and blue. All you've got to do is head on to www.terravirtua.io/ISL, and maybe you can get on the Kerala Blasters FC Deflect robot for yourself. And which is really pricey. Well, certainly you'll feel a little better about yourself after that. Makes a lot of expense on all those roses and the gifts. But that being said, boys and girls, we are finally done with all our matches for the evening. Before we head out, a huge shout out again to our sponsors, as the eISL is of course powered by Coca-Cola. A huge shout out to our associate sponsors, Hero, our esports partners, Northwing Gaming, our platform partners, PlayStation, and our digital collectibles partners, Terra Virtua, for making this event happen. That being said, Azim and I, we're going to call it a night. We're going to see you tomorrow with some really good matches playing out.